So when it comes to purchasing a home, one of the most important things that once you've exchanged is to have the property properly insured. So today we've pinned down Ben Hanson from MJ Insurance Group to find out a little bit more about home and contents insurance. So Ben, if I'm a buyer and I've made an offer on a property and it's about to exchange, when do I take out the home and contents insurance?
Look, I agree that the property is legally yours at settlement. However, practically, I think it's important to consider the insurance at exchange. There's several reasons for that, but the main one being you don't know what the other party has done with their own insurances. You've invested your time and money and to buy this property, and I think for the sake of 30 days, 45 days, even 60 days, I think it's worth having cover in your own name. If something goes wrong at the property between exchange and settlement, it's nice to have that peace of mind, that protection.
Yeah, definitely. And how long does it take to get an insurance policy in place?
Generally speaking, we can turn something around the same day. If I get a call in the morning from a new property owner, I get a lot of inquiry from first home buyers. We've just bought a house in Belconnen, or wherever, we can turn a quote around within a couple of hours, and once the client signs off on that quote, we can issue cover. And there are more difficult risks to insure, and that may take a little bit longer, but all of that is discussed with the potential client up front.
Yeah, so best not to leave it to the last minute, but if in case you have, you can sort it out.
It's kind of always the way. It is a stressful time buying a property, and insurance is often the last thing thought of. But really, it should be the first thing. It does give you that peace of mind, And oftentimes, when you go to the bank to borrow the money, it's a requirement anyway. The bank says, "Look, you've exchanged contracts. We're going to give you the money. We want to make sure that you're properly and adequately insured."
Sure. And so, so if I was buying it as an investment property or in a body corporate or a freestanding home, are they different types of insurance policy?
Yeah. So if you're buying just entirely as an investor, you're looking at landlord's insurance, whether that be just the contents. For example, in a body corporate, the building would be insured under the strata. If you're buying a home to live in yourself, be it freestanding or a unit or an apartment, you do need to have your home contents insured. But generally speaking, not in all cases, but talk to your solicitor or your sales agent about it. If you are buying a property in a body corporate, generally the building itself will be insured by the strata, but it's important to make sure, even if you are in a body corporate, that you have your own insurances, because you as an individual purchaser have your own risks separate to the body corporate.
Yeah, okay. And so with a typical home and contents insurance policy, what things does it cover?
So your typical home and contents policy, if you're insured for home and contents, covers the replacement of the building, and that includes the building itself and any other peripheral costs. So the removal of debris, if a house burns to the ground, you're going to have costs, in many cases quite substantial, to clear the block. You're going to have all your ongoing costs like architect's fees, government charges, DA approval, all the rest of it. And your contents insurances, a good policy will cover all of your normal contents, and then we'll take into consideration any sort of specialist contents, sporting equipment, jewelry, high-end equipment, electronics, etc. And this is why it's important to talk to a broker, so that your assets are properly insured and that the insurer understands exactly what you own.
Yeah. Much better than just going on the internet and buying a policy that,
100%
off the shelf, so to speak.
Yeah.
So what if the house that I've just purchased has an unapproved deck and pergola and maybe a few other structures that aren't approved? How does that affect my insurance?
Yeah, so I get asked that question a lot of the time. Not just unapproved structures, but other little issues that are perhaps picked up at the time of sale in a property report. Being quite conservative, I err on the side of disclosure. It's a conversation that you need to have with your broker. What is the unapproved structure? Is it still a solid, well-built pergola? Is it part of a much larger property? All of these items can be all overcome through disclosure. We have that conversation for you with the underwriter, and we ensure that we advocate for you and make sure the property is adequately insured and there are no hidden scary bits when claims do occur.
And there's no cost to use a broker, is there?
No. Generally speaking, most of my retail clients, so home and contents, landlords, clients, we don't charge a fee at all. We get a small commission from our insurers once we place the insurances, but it doesn't cost you anything to pick up the phone and have a conversation or to come in here to the office and we'll have a chat with you. Our preference is to go out to you, to your home, because we'd like to see what we are insuring, and that you might have a $100,000 Rolex collection, you might have a rare piece of art. It's something that we do like to see.
Okay, and so for the average 3 or 4 bedroom home in the suburbs here in Canberra, what's the average cost for home and contents insurance?
It's a little bit how long is a piece of string, but your average home here in Canberra, given the current hardening market right now, premiums are increasing, and the bushfire season hasn't helped.
Plus hail.
Plus hail here in Canberra. You're probably looking to insure, say, a $300,000 or $400,000 house. You're probably looking at under $1,000 a year, and then maybe $50,000, $100,000 worth of contents, another few $100s. So if you budget for, say, $1,000 to $1,500 here in the ACT, you can insure a majority of houses on quality products. There are cheaper products and there are more expensive products.
Yep.
But like motor vehicles, like anything really, not all insurance products are created equal.
Sure. And you actually, here at MJ Insurance Group, you offer all types of insurance.
We do. We are general insurance brokers, so we deal in well over 300 different types of products. Yep. But our specialty here in Canberra, we do a lot of property insurance. We work with a lot of first home buyers, a lot of property investors. We have a lot of clients that have 20 or 25 properties, and we've worked with them for many, many years. And since the hailstorms in January, we've handled probably more than 750 claims just here in the branch alone. And it's something that we take very seriously. Yeah.
All right. Well, of course, this is just general advice only. But if you'd like to speak to Ben Hanson here at MJ Insurance Group, give him a call. We personally use and recommend MJ Insurance Group, and we give him a big thumbs up. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you. Thanks very much.